Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Monday. Hey, where's Robin? I'll get my shades while I'm looking for Robin. Got to remember those TV cameras, you know? Looking for my... Ooh, nice outfit, Robin.
Is that Chanel?
Chanel.
Is that Donna Karen? What are you wearing?
It's a Robin.
Did you go shopping for that this weekend?
No.
That's a new outfit, Robin.
No,
Don't
it's not
fool
a new
me.
outfit. Absolutely not. This outfit actually is featured in your book.
Really? Hey, do me a favor, model for us. Let's see, stand up a little. Come on. Give us a treat.
I'm supposed to model?
Yeah, come on. Why not? Oh, yeah. Everything tightly wrapped in that outfit. I was reading Prodigy bulletin board, computer bulletin board, and it said Robin is good looking on camera, Howard is ugly. So at least one of us gets praise. Well, where do I begin? I don't even know. I wanted to call you all weekend, Robin.
I wondered about the bachelor party. Was it good?
Fred, was it good?
Oh,
It
no.
was splendid. They don't get any better.
Let's put it this way.
This is one
I'll
that goes
tease
down
you.
in the record book.
Let me tease you.
Okay.
This was the best bachelor party I have ever been to. And Ross Sapin can't even top this if he ever gets married.
Never.
Really?
Let's put it this way. Fred ended up in the hospital. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to tease it. I'm not going to tell you anything else that happened. Wait till you hear what happened.
So good Fred ended up in the hospital.
It's not even funny.
Really?
Well, it's a little. You can tease by saying that not only did Fred end up in the hospital, we had to get him there by calling 911.
Yeah. Let me just tell you. Fred is very embarrassed.
Oh, man.
Wait a second. Hold it. I want to tease through the commercials. Turn off this music, for God's sakes.
You got it.
Oh, I got it? No.
Oh.
You have no idea what Friday was like. It was the wildest bachelor.
Fred had to go to the hospital?
Fred was admitted into the hospital. Fred was there.
I finally got home around 11 o'clock that night.
Yeah. You don't even know what went on. You have no idea.
That voodoo doll that Robin had worked.
It worked good.
No, it wasn't even funny.
I wasn't doing anything to you,
This was the wildest. When I tell you
Did
this
Fred
story,
almost have a heart attack?
just be prepared for the wildest story you'll ever hear. I have to tell you everything, but I don't want to talk to you during the commercials about it.
And it wasn't Jackie, it was Fred.
No, Jackie wasn't even there.
Jackie didn't
go to Fred's bachelor
I had
party.
to pick up the slack for everybody.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. This was wild.
And Jackie missed it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he'll get to relive it this morning.
Let me tell you, you'll all get to relive it this morning. It was the best.
You know what? I thought about calling you yesterday. I said, no, I have to wait.
No, I am glad you didn't call because all of Friday I was in my car wanting to call you.
Well, if Fred was going to die, don't you think somebody should have called me?
Let's put it this way. What were the odds that Fred was alive?
For a few hours, touch and go.
Touch and go, yeah. All right, listen.
Wow.
You're looking at Fred alive right now.
I'm like...
It was touch and go.
You know what? I'm
3
trying
days
to think.
took me a day and a half.
What?
If Fred had died, would I still be angry at him?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, you would have to live with that for the rest
I was
of your
pretty
life.
scared watching Fred.
Yeah?
I was pretty scared. Let me just tell you everything that happened.
Freddie, you're not supposed to scare people at your parties.
What the hell?
Show Robin some of your injury.
Should we do it after the commercial?
Okay.
Maybe you should reveal them later. He has actual injuries.
Oh, yeah. He was, let's say he had about 25 to 30 stitches.
I can't believe this.
Don't believe it.
I can't let you guys out by yourself.
All right, I will tell you everything right after these words. All right, so let me tell you about the lost weekend here, okay? Fred's bachelor party.
When did the bachelor party start and where was it?
All right, I'll start right at the beginning. Obviously, you're a woman who wants many details.
I want everything.
Okay.
I knew no details. I couldn't have even found you if I needed you.
Quite frankly, who knew Fred's bachelor party would be the event of the century?
It was very funny because when I was talking to people over the weekend, I'd say, oh, yeah, they had Fred's bachelor party on Friday. And everyone said, after he got married?
Well, like Fred, everything is done differently.
Yeah, backwards.
Everything is backwards. He's like Professor Backwards.
There you go.
No, the point was that we were mad at Fred running off and getting married, not because who cares about being there. Thank God he didn't invite us. Who wanted to go all the way out there on Long Island and watch Fred get married. But the thing that disturbed us is we didn't get a chance to have a bachelor party. And any excuse to have a bachelor party is, is a
good one for you.
Right. I love bachelor parties.
You have bachelor parties sometimes when there's no bachelor.
And I got into the bachelor party game very late in life.
Yeah, there were years, dry years.
Yeah, I never had a bachelor party. And I never knew guys who had bachelor parties. Quite frankly, I didn't know a lot of guys.
You didn't have a bachelor party?
No. No, of course not.
And your brother-in-law didn't have a bachelor party?
No. No. I didn't know from bachelor party. I didn't know such a thing existed.
Who was the best man at your wedding?
Yeah, Dr. Lou.
And Dr. Lou
he didn't know anything about bachelor
He didn't know about it either?
No, we just didn't do bachelor parties. First of all, we didn't have any friends.
So you rent some for a kid.
I never had guy friends.
Or you go to a strip club at least with your two buddies.
I guess, but it never even occurred to me to go to a strip club. I never went to strip clubs. I never did stuff like that.
Fred's bachelor party is easily my 25th bachelor party, and 15 of those are guys I barely know.
I don't know. I never experienced bachelor parties. How I missed this part of my life, I don't know, but I just did.
You would have had friends had you had a bachelor party.
I never really had, because don't forget, I grew up in a black neighborhood, and then when we moved to the white neighborhood, I didn't have a lot of friends.
But people, like Gary said, you don't even have to know people for them to want to come to your bachelor party.
But I never did guy stuff.
We would go, like my friend's brother would get married, and we like hardly knew him, and certainly wouldn't be invited to the wedding, but we'd definitely be invited to the bachelor party, because the more guys, the more money you can put in.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never invited to a bachelor party, period. That's it. So, I mean, I'm excited now when we have bachelor parties because I'm a married guy, 20-year. I'm a 20-year to life guy. And
looks like you're going to get life because the 20's up.
It does. I don't know. It just seems like the bachelor party is your only outlet for having real fun. So we decided to have it. I didn't announce this on the air, but we had it in the afternoon, not at night.
Right. I figured that was going on because Ralph was still hanging out.
Yeah.
And everybody was just sort of milling around the station, so I figured it was going to be in the afternoon.
Yeah, so it was in the afternoon after the show at noon.
I also knew you weren't staying out late.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. So, actually, I could have stayed out late because my wife wasn't home Friday night. So I could have stayed out all night.
Yeah, well, that's why I originally thought you were going to do it at night.
Well, I planned to stay out all afternoon into the night, but Fred took care of that. Fred emptied the place. Fred emptied out the whole bachelor party.
Where was it?
All right, we went to Scores, which is my favorite strip club. That guy rolls out the red carpet for us. At 12 o'clock.
Is that where Jolene was?
Yeah, Jolene was there.
She's another story. She'll come in later.
Yeah, that'll come in later. So, wait till I tell you everything. You guys got to stay tuned for Fred's bachelor party. This is going to take me a while to unravel because so much happens. So we go to Scores. Scores is a strip club. Where is that?
It's on 60th between 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, everyone asks me where that is. I don't know.
All right. Now, also tell me who was there, because I really don't know the lineup.
Okay.
It was in the middle of the
it was for 12 o'clock, and the people from Scores were very nice. They had a set. The place was closed down Friday afternoon. Is it normally closed down Friday afternoon?
They don't open until the evenings. It's always closed every day until the evening.
I thought they used to be open in the afternoon.
That was the old place.
Oh, I see. So, I guess it doesn't pay to have a strip club in the afternoon. I don't know what the hell to do.
Maybe the people who would come are working.
But it's an upscale strip club because the girls there are really good looking. Gorgeous.
And Fred loves supermodels, so
there
he
you
says
go.
they're gorgeous.
Yeah,
they're a very good-looking girl.
Yeah. Fred doesn't even know how many good-looking girls were working on him. So
Fred got mouth to mouth.
He did.
If I could only
from a beautiful girl who turned out to be a... Wait, I'll tell you the whole thing. We're jumping ahead.
Don't tip the story.
Okay, I won't tip the story. Okay. I wasn't kidding.
That's a ruse, if ever I heard one, to get a kiss from a girl.
This is some ruse.
More than
so anyway, so we're at the... So the bachelor party was called for 12 o'clock noon.
Yeah.
At Scores. And they've always treated us real well. Like, we went over there, and when you walked in, we were in a back room. It was 2 rooms.
Even though they were closed?
Yeah. 2 rooms where, that way, they could clean up and get ready for their evening activities.
Okay.
And we were in the back with not a lot of people gawking at us.
Are you guys allowed to come back, even though Fred did his thing?
I don't know.
Yes, no, we're welcome
back.
Are we? Yeah.
They said they see this all the time.
they have a direct catch to
something special.
I got to tell Fred what they wanted to do with his body once. Let me just say what goes on.
Dump Fred.
So it was about 12 or 15 guys, and we walk in. And
who was in the group?
I'm going to tell you. I'm getting to it. There's about 12 to 15 guys, but they had 25 women. 25.
You mean
women.
You outnumbered the women in the club?
No, the women outnumbered us.
That's right. That's
25 women, 12 guys.
Okay.
Not bad.
Almost 2 to 1.
Plus a full buffet.
And good food.
Good food. They brought in a special chef, too.
Filet mignon.
Wow.
Rigatoni a la vodka.
For Fred?
Yeah, shrimp.
I think it was for me, quite frankly, not for Fred.
Tons of shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
There was chicken. I mean, really good food.
Wow.
Yeah. And open bar. And, DJ playing music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 2 rooms. One room, I got to give you the setup. One room is like just a room where we can all sit around and eat and stuff. And then about up 5
Are
flights.
there girls in that room?
Yeah, everyone. In fact, the guy comes up to me immediately and says, "Do you want us to bring in a couple of girls at a time? Do you want to have 25 of them all at once?" I said, "Overwhelm me. Just get everybody in here at once, and let's get this party going."
It looked like the Disney on parade.
Yeah. Right away I became the master of ceremony, so I turned it over to Gary, who was real good at bachelor parties.
He knows strip clubs.
Because he took right over. He's like, "Okay, guys, everybody, now here come the girls." And then you were like, "Okay, guys, let's eat."
Yeah, because we had they give you what they call funny money, right?
Right.
Funny money.
And everybody got funny money.
Okay.
Everybody got like $60, $80 in funny money,
which means
you could tip the girls with.
No. Actually, the way it works is if you were to go there on a regular night, you would have to pay $20 for a table dance.
Right.
Okay. What they do is when celebrities come in, people that they want to take care of, the club gives them funny money, which is they're fake 20s. They're like red. You hand those to the girls for a table dance,
and they can redeem them later.
And then the girls redeem them later. I heard
so they weren't being ripped off.
I heard they get $18 for every 20 they turn in.
See? Whatever. Who knew what was going on? So anyway, we get in there, and it's me, Baba Booey, Fred, of course. Stuttering John couldn't go because he had to go do lip service.
He couldn't get out of that.
And I understand Stuttering John got thrown out of lip service.
No.
Lip Service is the show on MTV that nobody watches, but they insist on putting it on.
And they swear that it's their highest rated show.
I don't believe
it's
it.
Some kind of game show, but I don't really know that there's a game going on.
I don't buy that that's their highest rated show. Because they said that about every show. They say Beavis and Butthead's their highest rated show. And then they say that Jon Stewart was their highest rated show. So, you don't believe them. MTV,
every show is the highest rated.
Right.
For their time period.
Exactly. The highest rated right now. So So John somehow got thrown off the show.
Huh.
But we'll find
out about that later.
We'll hear about that later. Hey, let's hear about that now. What the hell?
I still want to know. You're telling me who went to the party.
Well, come on. I'm in the middle of a story. That's all. This story cannot be told in 5 seconds, Rob.
No, I just want. You could at least finish the lineup.
I will. Stuttering John, you couldn't even... Did you hear about Fred's whole thing?
Yeah, Gary told me on Saturday.
Unbelievable. I was afraid someone would tell Rob, and then there'd be no one left to tell.
No,
I'm surprised one of these yapping interns didn't get a hold of me.
One of these yapping idiots.
Yeah.
What happened? You were booked by MTV to be one of the judges.
They've been asking me to do this show for about a year now.
Right.
Going off. And so finally, and I didn't want to do it.
It shows you how desperate they are. Stuttering John won't do it.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And I did it last year, and I told John not to do it.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? If you tune into that show, they always have 3 celebrity judges, and you're sitting there going, are they celebrities?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's always 2 black guys who are rap artists who you never heard of.
And some dopey white person.
Yeah, some white guy.
Perfect
And you were the dopey white person.
Perfect example. You know who did the show and had a terrible time?
Who?
Wendy the Snapple lady.
Right. She had a bad time?
She was the dopey white person.
Right.
Yeah, she said she felt old and white.
Right.
See, I was having a good time. I was actually having a good time.
You better time. That's why I got.
Why did they throw you off?
Because...
You mean you were being too wild?
Yeah, being too wild. Because right before I go on the show, they go to me, goof on us, be goofy, be funny, be loose. That's what they tell you, So I go on the show, and I go, yo, and I have my Stuttering John hat on, my Stuttering John shirt, and I had 2 Stuttering John albums. I go, the only reason I'm doing this stupid show is to plug my album, because it's the only way MTV's going to play me in prime time, or whatever. Right. So I did that a couple of times, and then I did 2 shows, and I said that, right?
Right.
So then they have a big long lunch, and I did the 3rd show. And right before the 3rd show, they go, we don't want you to hold up your albums anymore. It's getting kind of redundant.
Redundant? That's the only reason you're there.
Now, wait a second, Howard. This is the show when I held up your book.
Yeah.
They came after the first show. They came out to me and they said, "We'll take that till you're done." Because they didn't.
What is this?
Yeah. Why do people do this stupid show?
Exactly.
They want plugs.
They want plugs.
They stole the book away. They didn't want me holding it up.
So they took my bag of my promotional stuff away from me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm really...
School.
So now I don't know what to do, and I'm really upset. And then...
I know, they make you feel uptight.
Yeah. And...
Be loose.
So after the 3rd show, I go in the back, and a friend of mine from MTV, this guy, Rick Krim, called me, and he said he wants me to call him back. He's a programmer. So I call him back, and he goes, John, what's going on over there? I go, what do you mean? He goes, they're all freaking out. They want to throw you off the show. I go, why? And he goes, well, because, you know, you're like putting them down or something. I go, well, they told me to do that. And he goes, well,
Hey, John, you mind sitting up a little because the shadow from Gary's microphone's all over your lips, so I can't watch you stutter.
From Gary's
Thanks. Yeah, it's better.
So I'm on the phone, and he goes, you got to chill out. I go, yeah, okay. I wish they would have just told me right in the beginning, because I've done 3 shows now.
Yeah.
And then I hang up the phone, and a friend of mine from TV comes up and takes me out in the hallway and goes, you're going to have to leave.
Really? You mean before the 3rd taping?
Before the 4th taping.
They say you have to leave.
Yeah, you have to leave.
Because in the 3rd taping you started talking.
Well, in the 3rd taping I did like a carpenter's crack joke. I just like went, hey, because the guy made a crack about me and said, we don't want any carpenter's crack jokes. So you've been putting us down, and then you were bad mouthing us. You and Howard were bad mouthing us on the air.
Bad mouthing what?
Yeah, lip service.
Lip service. It's the worst show I've ever seen.
That's not bad mouthing, is it?
And I go, well, I didn't say anything, and they go, but and they go, well, we have a replacement for you already, and they got a black comedian to replace me, and they go, we just really like it if you left.
Ooh.
And I said, well, I wish somebody would have just told me, and so I started arguing back and forth. I go, well, you just tell the producer that if somebody would have just told me, I would have been tamer. And then I convinced them to have me on the 5th show, and they had me come back, and I was much tamer. And meanwhile, the host says the S word.
Yeah.
Kennedy is blowing up condoms.
Yeah.
And then I went afterwards to the producer, see if you would have just told me, and then they were all okay about it.
So you did the 5th show.
Yeah, I did the 5th show just to show them that if they would have just let me know, I would have been
I don't understand what the hell is going. When he explains a story, it's a nightmare.
It's all over the place.
It is. It's all over the place.
You don't understand?
And you get nervous on the air. I'm not sure what you're saying. Do you understand what he's saying?
I sort of do. He had to sit out the 4th show. And he begged them back onto the 5th show, and he was a good boy.
Yeah, I was a good boy on the 5th show.
Who were the other judges?
This black comedian, Waldy, whatever, I don't know. And then
I thought for sure he was going for an H.
And
yeah, you never know. It's always a
I thought it was like Horace.
Wally?
Yeah, Wally something another, and then 2 soap opera stars from another world. This guy Diego.
Well, not Andre.
No, Diego, I don't know, Verano.
So there were 4 judges?
Yeah, there was 2. A girl and a guy acted as 1 judge.
Oh, I see. So then they split them up for 1 show and cut you off.
No. They got another comedian.
Another
black comedian to come in and take my place.
How did they get a black comedian so fast?
They're on hold. They're waiting.
Sounds like a lot of medical emergencies were going on Friday. Sounds like your career needed mouth-to-mouth resuscitation also.
But they make you feel real stupid, because then when you come back the 4th time, it's like, it's like a little kid getting thrown out of his class.
Right.
To come back and, sorry, everybody.
Did you dance at the end of the show?
Oh, yeah, they make you, dance at the end of the show.
Oh, did you?
Well, I danced with the soap opera star. It was hot, so I just nestled my head in her breasts.
Very nice. Good man. Good man. That's what Fred was doing to his paramedic. All right. So thank you, John.
I don't know what happened.
All right. So you missed a good bachelor party.
I really, when I heard about Fred, I thought Gary was just
goofing on you.
Yeah, goofing on.
No. This was the real deal.
Because it scores. Well, you didn't tell the whole story.
Yeah. Let me tell the whole story. Okay. Thank you.
I can't. But why wasn't Jackie there?
I don't know, Jackie. Why weren't you there?
I didn't feel like.
You didn't feel like going?
No, I changed my mind.
Oh, he's so weird.
Maybe his wife.
You know what he said to me this morning?
What?
I said, where did you go, Jackie? And he goes, it's boring, reruns. I said, the day Jackie Martling convinces me that naked women are reruns.
Reruns. I didn't say
reruns. How is it a rerun?
Like, in other words, he's seen it already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like, it's never new.
Yeah, it's not new to any of us either.
Something's going on with him. I don't know what it is.
I know. He's got some new thing going on.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. He's all bummed out.
Yeah, I don't feel like going into it.
But why lie? You kept saying you were going.
Yeah, how come you lied?
So I didn't feel like going into it then either.
Oh.
Because Jackie just didn't go to Fred's bachelor party.
I know. I knew he wasn't.
I was shocked.
And he didn't make it to mine.
Yeah, I know.
It's a thing.
I think...
well, maybe because he didn't make it to yours, he didn't feel like he should make it to mine. There you go.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to... He didn't want you to feel bad. He was just thinking of you.
Thank you, Jackie.
We'll take a break and we'll be back, and I'll tell you everything that happened right after these words.
Is there a shortage on white meat?
The Howard Stern Show. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Not at Scores there isn't. No shortage there. So, here we are. We're discussing the Fred Norris bachelor party where Fred ended up in the hospital. Well, let me give you all the details. Okay. So who was at the bachelor party? Give me the guest list. Who was there?
Well, of course, me, you, Fred, Gorilla, Ganji, Al Rosenberg.
Al Rosenberg's a weird guy, too.
He made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al came, and then, like I saw him there for about, I don't know, what, a half hour?
I think you know what? He does a morning show for FX, so he gets in at, 5 in the morning.
Right.
And it was like, I think he wanted to go home. He usually goes home at 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he usually leaves the office about, 9:30 or 10, and he's usually home. So he stuck around to go to this. I think he just wanted to go home. He didn't seem to be excited by the women.
No, I know.
That's unusual for
Al. Especially for Al. Al loves women. I was there were a couple of guys who left kind of quick.
Yeah.
Stan Dworkin was there.
Oh, Stan Dworkin, my lieutenant governor.
How did he do?
He was doing okay. Stan's like one of those guys. Even strippers don't go over to him. I had to bring women over to Stan Dworkin. It was unbelievable.
Stan is just ignored in every room.
Yeah.
Stan said after I handed him the funny money, he goes, Gary, I don't want to sound stupid, but what do you do? And I said, you take this 20 and you go and get a table dance. And he said, and then he went and got one. Then he said, should I give them any more money? But you know what happened? Those girls are so slick.
They
really
know how to get all the money right away.
Stan says, 2 of these 20s equals a table dance. And I go, no, 1. He goes, they've been taking 2 at a time.
And he's going to be governor?
Yeah, watching the budget.
Oh, boy.
But Stan Dworkin was there. It was a very...
Dan Foreman.
Dan Foreman.
Oh, Dan made it.
Yeah, Dan was there. But Dan was another guy who had to split real quick.
Well, he was working.
Well, it was really funny. Dan's the kind of guy I guess women don't immediately gravitate to. So I want to get the party going. So I said, girls, executive producer of Channel 4 News right here. He can get you on TV. And he goes, no. Don't bring her. Please, don't say what. I don't
think. There were no cameras. What does he care
I don't know.
About?
He's crazy. He goes, don't say where I'm from. Don't say where I'm from. Please.
Was anybody taping?
I don't know. He was just like, no. He was getting all uptight.
Dan. He always got uptight.
Yeah. He was
That's the fun of Dan.
Yeah, he was just like, no, don't say. I'm not from Channel 4.
Then you had Dominic and his son, of course.
Dominic Barber showed up.
His son holds his son.
20, maybe. Good-looking kid, JJ. So he brings him.
Tall and thin.
Yeah, good-looking guy. But Dominic's
a strip club with his dad.
Yeah, well, Dominic's one of those guys who just walks around. He never gets table dance or whatever you call those. What is it called? Lap dance?
It's a lap dance.
He never gets a lap dance. He just walks around and
encourages others.
Soaks it in.
Soaks it all in. And the only thing that excites him is the buffet. I mean, that was it. That's it. The food.
When you walk in, the people gave us to start $1,000 of this funny money. So of course Dominic just goes and buys another 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
and he's handing it out like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He likes to see everybody have a good time.
Santa Dominic.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, come on, everybody, come on, you get a dance, come on. So we had a whole big crew of guys. Okay, 12.
Now, does his son get involved, or does he act like Dominic?
Well, you're jumping ahead. You see, I want to tell you everything what happened.
And wait a second, there's 3 more important cast members I forgot.
Yes.
Neil, Ronnie, and Gay Rich.
Right. Gay Rich was there.
Right. Gay Rich was looking forward to his participation.
And certainly he did participate. Now,
boy.
All right, here we go.
Is that who Fred
Let me tell you.
I didn't do anything with him, I hope.
Let's wait till we get to the story.
Oh, God.
Fred doesn't even know what he
Fred, you don't even know why we thought the wedding
was... really got this way, is
No. Let me tell you what happened.
The jaw. Let me see him.
All revealed in good time. So, anyway, we decided to go over to Scores for the big bachelor party with Fred. In fact, Fred came over in my car, and Ralph was in the car, too. So Ralph says to Fred, hey, Fred, are you going to drink at the party? And Fred goes, nah, I want to remember every detail of this. I'm really looking forward to this.
Famous last words.
Yeah, so Fred really doesn't know himself all that well.
Well, I thought I was going to do that, and I don't know what it is. I walked in
The demon overtook you.
Someone walked up to me and said, go ahead, have a beer, have a shot. And I went, what's the harm?
Okay, I'll tell you the harm in a minute. So Fred's thing evidently is he likes to drink tequila and beer chaser. That's his thing. So he'll take a shot of tequila and then when you drink the beer, I wasn't watching you because my mother was, I had to tell my mother this story, and she goes, Didn't you watch Fred? Didn't you watch? I go, Fred's almost 40 years old,
why
Mom.
would you be watching him?
I mean, Fred knows what he's doing.
He goes out a lot without you.
I said, quite frankly, I didn't see Fred the whole night.
You were there for girls.
Right.
Every woman that I told the story to, including my wife, said, why wasn't somebody watching Fred? I said, Fred is the last one in this entire
girls go
group.
out and watch each other?
No, but I don't know.
Fred's the last guy you would have to watch.
And you got to understand, there were 25 women to 12 guys there. Everyone was partying with these women. No one's watching Fred.
Absolutely.
Well,
I
wait a
wasn't
minute.
watching myself.
Right.
What happened, Fred? You drank too much?
Well, no, let me tell you what happened.
Drank too much.
What is it, Ralph?
You're minimizing.
All right, so let me just tell you what went on.
I was watching Fred.
Yeah.
That's why he almost died.
I had about 4 to 5 shots with him myself.
Yeah, but that's what the problem was. Everyone was having shots with Fred,
And
but no
Fred
one
had to drink with everyone.
Exactly.
Of course.
And you know what?
This
This is a really common bachelor party thing. Guys go up and want to whoop it up, and nobody knows what other people are doing.
Well,
with
let me
the
tell you
guy.
what happened. I'll cut to the chase. Fred had, according to the bartender at Scores, Fred had 16 tequilas and beer chasers within 2 hours.
Are you kidding?
In 2 hours.
Is that the record?
That's got to be the record.
Now,
It's the record here, for sure.
He slugged down 60, and they say that by the end they weren't serving it to him in shot glasses; they were serving it to him in martini glasses.
So he was drinking more than a shot.
Right. But
That's
16.
Wait a minute.
Wait a
Wait a
second.
minute.
All right,
wait
now hold
a
it.
minute.
They were definitely double shots.
Don't get into a morality talk yet. Don't get into like, Fred, why would you do this unless you were drowning out something?
Now, does anybody in this room know what the legal blood alcohol level of intoxication is?
Yes, it's .10.
All right.
Actually, I believe it's been reduced to .08, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, because that's what they were saying at the emergency.
Do you know what?
What was Fred?
Take a guess.
Take a guess. What
Fred was up in the 2s.
Take another guess.
Get a little more.
3?
Yeah.
3.
I knew it. Fred,
Yeah.
you were dying. You
Yeah.
were
Oh, my
poisoned.
Wait a second. So wait a second. Listen to this.
But I was having a good time.
So we're at Scores,
How
right?
would you know?
He wasn't drunk. He was embalmed. So here's the thing.
Fred is. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, Fred's dead. Fred's dead, man. All right, so listen to this.
Jackie is jealous now.
Yeah, what we all said, Jackie is no longer the show drunk.
That's
It's Fred.
right.
That's it.
Jackie is sober.
My friend's a
Fred is
police
jealous.
officer, and he
Yeah.
said that, like, when you get into the high 2s, you really, you're out of your mind. You're
Yes.
insane. And
Right.
you're toying with, physical problems. You're
Right.
toying with health problems.
Okay, wait a second. So we're going to get into
Fred wasn't toying. He was serious.
I don't know. I've been doing a lot of analyzing of this, and I said, maybe Fred has a problem in some respect in the sense that, I don't want to get too analytical with it, but when you drink that much, even though he's not an alcoholic.
Well, let me, in Fred's defense, you've never been that drunk, have you?
No, I don't think I could drink that much.
No, you certainly couldn't drink that much.
Right.
But you've never been drunk.
I've been drunk.
No, you haven't.
Oh, of course I have. Why are you saying that?
I know what
I'm
Robin's
saying that you've had 2 drinks and been
No. In college, I had been drunk to the point where I passed out. I get
How much
busy.
did you drink?
Well, I would play with 2 other guys. It was me and 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And we played where you turn over the card, and whoever had the low card had to take a shot.
All right.
So one of
then
those
you
things.
know, at a certain point, you really don't know how much you're drinking.
No.
There's a click that goes, and all of a sudden, one drink becomes another drink. It's the same drink.
What is it?
I clicked about 6 times.
He was clicking all right. What is it, Stuttering John?
Dominic wants to join in on the discussion.
Dominic wants to get in on?
He was watching Fred.
Oh, he was funny.
Dominic, you should have been watching Fred.
He was funny.
I was watching Fred, and he was drinking shot by shot. And I knew he was getting a little drunk when he kissed me and told me he loved me.
Did he really?
I got one of those, too.
Yeah.
Fred
You
was
got one of those?
Yeah, 'cause Fred and I... Fred and
Did
I...
he do that to you too, Ralph?
Yeah, Fred. Fred was
man.
very warm and a very romantic
Fred,
guy.
you don't even know. You don't even know how romantic you
No,
are.
I'm really
You don't
upset
even
because
know.
Fred still hasn't told me he loves me.
No.
You gotta get me drunk first, Ralph.
You're a girl. He wouldn't love you.
Fred and I were supposed to go riding bikes on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And I went over at one point and I said, Fred looked, pretty lit. And I said, Freddie, do you think that you're going to be in any condition to ride tomorrow? Because it was noon.
Yeah,
I
right.
figured I had a whole day to recuperate. And he put his arm around me and he hugged me very tightly. And he just got that look. He gets that look. You know what? His eyes squint.
Yeah.
Sort of like Christian Slater. And he
Right.
goes,
Love you, man. Love you, man.
Oh,
I said,
man. I love drunks who love everybody.
Yeah, at least he wasn't an angry drunk. Wait, I got to go on with this story. I got to go on with this bachelor party
Fred,
story.
you lovable drunk.
All right, so meanwhile, Fred is doing all this drinking, and about 15 minutes into the party, I look up in the corner, and there's this big dark room.
Uh-huh.
And I go, what am I doing down here? And what's going on up in that dark room? There's like tons of girls up there and stuff. I go, how do I get up there? I couldn't even figure out how to get up there. There was five stairs. You walk up these 5 stairs, and the room is almost pitch black. This is at Scores.
5 steps.
5 steps, right? Yeah. Isn't that what I said?
They said 5 stairs.
Isn't stairs and steps the same thing?
I'm not going to fight.
I mean, he's correcting me like I said something wrong. Yeah. Let's put it this way. There were 3 too many stairs for Dominic. Because Dominic never went up there. He didn't like to climb steps, you know? So anyway, I go up these steps, and there's a couch, like a big, long couch, and you guys sit on it and get lap dances.
That's the one where they stand above you?
No, that's where they didn't. You spread your legs, and the girls
they
dance.
in between your legs.
In between your legs.
A lap dance, not to be confused with a couch dance.
All right. I get all these things confused.
So I'm like in heaven. I go, now this is a bachelor party.
You want a lap dance.
Lap dance? I want 2 girls at the same time lap dancing me.
How'd that happen?
So, you know, Jolynn, Fred the Elephant Boy's friend there, she immediately starts lap dancing me and telling me about her new TV show. She's got a cable television show, you know, all this stuff. You know, she's working me. But meanwhile, all the guys are seated on these couches, and everyone's getting dances. Some guys have 2 girls.
Were you the only one who wasn't in this room?
No. There were some guys like Dominic's a weird guy. Like, he doesn't get any dances from girls. He's not interested.
He was sitting down by the buffet at one point.
Yeah, he's just always by the buffet.
Yeah.
He's always circling the buffet and making...
Not necessarily eating, just...
Enabling
like
people to eat. Yeah, like a vulture. Just watching the food, making sure it doesn't disappear too fast.
You know...
Dominic may be a hungry homo. I don't know. He just may be.
Almost every
diet for 10 weeks. I was like circling the food.
Yeah, he like circles the food. He's like an enabler. He makes sure people have food. You know, he does that kind of thing.
He keeps the party going.
He keeps the party going.
He eats vicariously through you now that he's died.
Yeah, exactly. But he never like you know. So I'm sitting there on the couch, and to my left on the couch is Ralph from time to time, or. I don't know. Was Scott the engineer there?
Yeah.
He was, right? He left early, too. Yeah, he was another guy. I don't really recall him being a part of it.
You know what? That room was empty.
Yeah.
And everyone got $60 in this funny money. And we were all jammed into that downstairs room. So Scott and 3 girls go up those steps.
Right. Yeah, it was just like, you know, as soon as you had some money, the girls would dance for you.
They'd find you.
So at one point I see Ralph next to me, and we're, you know, and he's got girls on him, and there's just like lots of guys sitting on couches. And then at one point the girls said, "Hey, why don't you take off your shirt?" I whipped off my shirt. I mean, it was really getting.
I hadn't been up there, and then I go up there, and like you're sitting there with your shirt off.
Yeah, it was great. So anyway, and it was a lot of fun.
Neil had girls?
Yeah, Neil had girls. First time I saw Neil with girls.
It's amazing what a guy, what a 5'1" guy could do with money in his hand.
Yeah, it was unbelievable because we all had this funny money, this free money that we could give to the girls. So it was like wild.
So where was Ronnie? I haven't heard. Did you see Ronnie?
Ronnie was the first one to make a beeline up to the dark room. I mean, Ronnie knows exactly where to go. And he's got women up there, and I mean, everyone is having the time of their lives.
All right.
At one point, it's really heating up. We're about an hour and a half into this thing,
and some of these girls are almost models.
Yeah, some of these girls are. They
really?
At Scores, they have like really great looking women. I gotta say,
no skank.
I could go and check this out myself.
Check it out.
You guys have a tendency.
Not a clunker in it.
No, there wasn't a clunker there. I'm telling you, they were top-notch girls. So then it's about an hour and a half into this. I got my shirt off. I've got Jolynn on one side of me.
Now, you're not drinking.
No, drinking. I don't want to miss it. I'm drinking. Who's got time to drink? Drinking.
You're in control of your faculty.
Barely. So I got one girl on the left of me.
You're intoxicated with women.
And then this black girl comes up to me. And she says, my name is Kat. I go, oh, like Black Cat? She goes, yeah. And then she starts dancing. I got 2 of them going at the same time, Jolynn and the black chick. Jolene. And they're being real friendly, like, you know, like really rubbing up near me, putting their butts near me.
Like cats.
Yeah, like cats. And they're going wild. And I look to my left, you know, and I see Ralph there. And then like 2 seconds later, I look to my left, and I see Ralph's not there anymore, but someone else is sitting there. But he's got 3 girls on top of him.
That was Jason.
No, it wasn't. Well, yeah, your son was in the corner playing butt bongo with 3 models, and evidently he got some phone numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dominic was real proud of his boy.
Good boy, my boy. Up, step up the old power of the crazy.
So Dominic was all excited because he had to do Geraldo that afternoon. You know, Dominic's got a real hard on to be on TV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
I was like, the first thing he said, I said, Dominic, you get a dance?
Yeah, but he can't get a dance from a girl because he's got to do Geraldo.
I'll be too tired to do Geraldo.
I can't
He'll
do
be
it.
out of breath.
Yeah. So, Dominic took his son for shots today, actually, to the
I was going
doctor.
to say, Dominic will be real proud when he brings one of those troopers home and says, Dad, I got married.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I married Black Cat.
She wants to be a lawyer.
Right.
Cat Barbara.
Cat Barbara. Okay, so it's going full force, and then I look over to my left, and somehow Fred is now next to me. Somehow somebody had taken Fred. Now, Fred must have been plowed at this point.
All right, what did Fred look like? I was going to say, what kind of look did he have on his face?
I didn't see that it was Fred. I didn't know it was really Fred sitting next to me. I still thought it was Ralph, but it was...
Howard, let me tell you how it happened.
How did Fred make it up the 5 flights of stairs?
Fred is dancing outside near the buffet.
Right.
He's got at least 2 and 3 girls going at it at all times.
Right.
Excuse me, and he's really gone.
Right.
Fred was so drunk that at points, Fred took out real 20s.
Yeah, I know.
I said, Fred, put those away.
Yeah, right. He didn't know. But Fred was...
out real money from funny money.
Fred was up to a 0.3 alcohol level at this point, because this is now 2 hours into it. All right, so tell me how he made it upstairs.
There's this one dark-haired girl, I didn't get her name.
Yeah.
And he and her are together about 20 minutes.
Right.
And he's still drinking.
Right.
And he's drinking, and every time they bring a drink, he keeps taking another drink.
Wow.
Show off. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he gets up, and he starts to walk towards me, and he, makes a circle. And he heads up the stairs.
Right. All right. So Fred somehow made it up the stairs.
He wandered up the stairs.
So Fred made it... Yeah.
Before this, Fred had done those 16 shots in the same place.
He had to move from his chair.
He hadn't moved.
They shouldn't have moved him. Right. All right. That was the first mistake.
He probably would have been all right if he hadn't moved.
Because he was in like one of those just single chairs. He was downstairs by the buffet. Yeah, and he was just sitting in the chair. The worst that would have happened. All right, but he ends up on the couch next to me, which I didn't even know it was him. I still thought it was Ralph. But I said, boy, Ralph's really a mover. He has 3 girls. I can't even see him.
You didn't know Fred had those moves.
Yeah, now Fred at this point was embalmed. So that's why he has the moves.
Fred was like weakest Bernie.
Fred was sitting there like a wooden Indian, and like this, okay? I just got to show you, like this.
Did he have his shirt off at this point?
No, he didn't have a shirt off. And the 3 women were all... I mean, I couldn't see Fred, and the 3 women were really going at him because I'm sure in some way they were... In some way they were insulted by Fred because I'm sure he wasn't responding to them because at this point he was completely in a coma.
Are you sure they weren't rifling all his pockets?
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing, but Fred was really... They were really going for Fred.
No, I have to disagree. He was responding.
What did he say?
He was responding.
He was. Okay. Whatever was going on, it was a wild, orgy scene in Fred's lap.
All right.
So... all of a sudden, I'm with the 2 babes. I'm having the time of my life. Thank God I'm out for the day. All of a sudden, one of the girls starts screaming. She's like, ah! She starts screaming. And I feel
one of Fred's girls.
Yeah, I feel something wet on my leg. I go, that just spilled a drink all over my sweatpants. And I'm like disgusted. I'm wiping my pants off because it's all wet. So all of a sudden she goes, that's not my drink. He puked.
Freddie puked on your leg?
Wait a second. Freddie puked all over my leg. So wait a second. Wait. So I go, oh, man. What a way to break. All the girls are screaming, and Fred is emptying the room because Fred now is still sitting up, and like a rabid dog, he's got white foam and vomit coming out of his mouth. And he's sitting there laying in his own vomit. Yeah, I mean, but the kind of vomit where a guy throws up and then goes, hey, I'm sick, I got to get down. It wasn't even like that. Just Fred chucked up. On the girl, on me.
Had he had anything to eat?
Nothing.
Well, he hadn't anything to eat there. Let's put it that way. Okay, so all I know is I have wet, and now my legs are all wet, and I go, and I didn't think anything, but Fred's just sitting there, and Fred doesn't even say anything because he's in a coma at this point.
I mean, he's just frothing at the mouth.
No, it was like he was getting married again. Where he doesn't say anything about it. He didn't say to me, oh man, I'm sorry, because Fred now his eyes are closed. And he's got vomit just pouring out of his,
Fred, did you know you had vomited?
No.
Robin, I'm telling you, the last thing I remember, I swear, is sitting downstairs, having a shot, talking to somebody, and after that, I don't remember.
So he doesn't even know he's on the couch?
Fred clearly didn't know. So I get up and I go...
Fred didn't just throw up. I mean, he launched because I had moved from your left over to your right, and it went all over my arm.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah.
We're talking
Fred was like...
Fred launched vomit.
That is not vomit, that's hurling.
Yeah.
Projectile.
Now, Dominic is holding on because he knows more about the story later on, but hold on. Now listen, the story gets more interesting.
Dominic is handling all the suits.
Yeah, right. So wait a second. So I've definitely got a suit against Fred. I was covered with vomit.
I'm in a suit.
So I go, oh, man. I go, Freddie, you threw up. So no big deal. I figured, all right, it just so happened Ralph was with me. He had brought a change of clothes. He brought a pair of shorts that he was fixing for me. So I said to Ronnie, go out in my car, get me some shorts. And Jolene goes, hey, let me take you to the bathroom. I'll wipe you down.
Actually, considering your fear of germs, you handled it really well.
Fear of germs? I want to get back upstairs. I said, get girls. But now
But Fred was antiseptic at that point.
While I'm in the bathroom getting cleaned off, but meanwhile 20 guys piled in with me, so who knows what would have happened in the bathroom.
Oh, so you didn't get to go by yourself?
I wouldn't let me alone.
No, Dominic wouldn't let me be alone. Dominic's my guardian angel.
You.
Yeah, I need him like a hole in the
Yeah, you do.
You do? Yeah, I do is right. So I'm in the bathroom getting cleaned off, and I go, hey, come on, let's hurry up here. We got to get. So I'm wiping myself down. I put on a pair of shorts. I'm all cleaned up. Yeah. I take the vomit stuff, stick it in a green plastic bag.
Ready for round 2.
Yeah, I'm ready for round 2. Why should the party stop?
Round 2.
Got to change of clothes.
I go upstairs to Score's little room, the dark room. That's where I like them.
Now, let me ask one question.
Yeah.
Is Fred still drinking?
Oh, where do you hear it?
Wait, no. At this point, Fred is not drinking. Fred is now sitting on a couch. I get upstairs. And Neil and everyone else are cracking up. They go, you got to come see Fred. He's making out with Gay Rich.
Oh, stop
wait a second. No, hold on a second. Wait a second. Fred, hold on. Wait a second. I go, there's no way Fred is making out with Gay Rich. You guys are out of your mind. I go upstairs. Now, someone had put Gay Rich. Oh, here's Gay Rich. Hey, Gay Rich, come in here. Here's Gay Rich.
Good.
Good.
With Fred now?
Oh, man.
It is so not like that.
No, wait a second. This is what I heard. Wait a second. No, this is what I heard. Now, meanwhile, Gay Rich was the life of the party. Neil had somehow convinced Gay Rich to put on a thong.
A zebra thong.
A zebra thong. And Gay Rich was dancing for us.
On one of those little tables?
Yeah, and Gay Rich has got some hot little body.
He really is a good shit.
Yeah, he really, and the girls were digging Gay Rich, and Neil somehow, I don't know, got him into a thong, and Gay Rich, Gay Rich was up on the couch in a thong like this, going like this.
Yeah, I know Gay Rich's dance.
He was going like this, and he's naked, and he's looking pretty good, and like, I don't know, Gay Rich somehow is in his thong, and when I come back up, Gay Rich is on Fred's lap. All right, now, Fred's covered in vomit. Gay Rich is on his lap.
Nobody ever cleaned Fred.
No one cleaned Fred yet. Because, no one wants to get
I think it's turning everybody on.
Fred's got his arms wrapped around Gay Rich's waist.
Yes.
Gay Rich is stroking Fred's face, and Fred is cooing and then crying on Gay Rich.
What?
Fred starts crying. Gay Rich, am I making this up?
Oh, my God. Well, no.
Wait a minute.
I didn't have the heart to break it to you on the phone the other day.
What is he crying about?
Dominic calls me up. He goes, holy cow, I don't believe Fred. I go, Fred can't know what he's doing. I go, but I don't dare take Gay Rich off him because
he's crying.
Because he seems, he's consoling him. I don't want to embarrass Fred.
I went upstairs first before you were in the bathroom, and I got you out of there. I went upstairs and I tried to take Gay Rich off Fred's lap.
Yeah.
Fred did not. Pulls him back and holds him tighter.
Oh, Fred didn't want to lose his Gay Rich.
Well, anyway, Dominic comes up to me and goes, listen, Howard, there might be a problem here. I think the wedding might be over. I go, what do you mean?
Dominic is always the doomsayer.
He goes, Fred's in love with Gay Rich. So I go, wait a
Dominic
second.
sees something in everything.
I said, I got to see this for myself. I go up, I'm staring at Fred now. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm sitting on a couch. I forget about the girls. I don't care about anything. I'm watching Fred and Gay Rich.
45 girls in the room, and he's holding on to Gay Rich.
He's not holding on. They're stroking each other. So
now, was Fred undressed?
No, Fred had his clothes on, but he was holding on to Gay Rich like Gay Rich was his mother.
No, and he was like humming, like a little, like a Martian love story.
And you were kissing Fred on his cheek, as far as I could tell, Gay Rich.
I wasn't, though.
And I said, hey, wait a second. I think
you were whispering in his ear.
Tell the truth. What went on? Tell everything that happened there. How did you end up on Fred's lap? Did someone throw you on there?
I wasn't on his lap. I was right next to him.
You were such a lie. Why are you lying?
I am so not lying.
Why are you doing this?
I am like, no.
You were not on his lap.
I was totally.
I watched you.
Do you know what a lap is? Were you between Fred's legs?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, my God.
I was so not between his legs.
Were you drunk that you don't remember either?
No.
Ralph, help me out. Gary.
He was right there. He was sitting like
let me see exactly.
Show me, Ralph, how he was.
This is how he was. That's exactly how you were.
Fred was like this.
Hey, Rich, don't you dare lie. And Fred had his arms up. Here, Ralph, come here. This is how Fred and this is how you were. Fred was sitting down like this. His legs were still open from his lap dance.
Yes, lap dance.
Gay Rich was on this like a Jerry Mahoney puppet.
He was on that leg.
Fred had his arms wrapped around Gay Rich, and this is what was going on.
Is that right?
Rich,
And
what?
Rich,
Am I
you
right?
said
Gary,
you
am I
were
lying?
whispering in his ear?
Rich, that's...
I was whispering.
I wouldn't make it up seriously. That's the way it was.
Not only that, his arms were around his
I
neck.
kind of remember it.
Arms around his neck.
But wait a second. Did you have anything to drink at all?
Oh yeah, totally.
So you don't know either.
Fred,
I don't.
Fred.
I didn't black out.
Fred, you're gay.
Fred, I'm telling you, you're gay.
and then I sat down near them to see what was going on, and Fred grabs my hand and starts holding my hand.
Ooh,
and wouldn't
Fred.
let go. I mean, Fred
Well,
gets
anyway.
Fred wanted all the boys.
Yeah, so Fred is with Gay Rich, and it's quite a scene to behold. But
Well,
you know what?
wait a minute. I just have to point out to people one thing.
What is it, Gorilla? Hold on one second.
I came over with a shot for Freddie, and I didn't know how drunk he was. And I put down a shot, and he does a shot, and he just came over to me, and he was like this. And I was like scared for a while, and he's holding me, and he wouldn't let go, and he's stroking my arm like this. And he's rubbing me, and I just sat there like this for like 10 minutes. Like, and
All
I
right,
didn't
let
move.
me...
And then...
What?
I just finally, some girls came over and I slipped away. I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh,
Yeah, I know. Fred was getting very physical
Well,
with Gay
let me
Rich.
just remind you that when we used to... When you
You're
had...
my pal. You're my pal. You're my pal. And I went...
Okay.
Somebody came over and said, what's going on, Freddie? I said,
Fred, you were out of it.
Well, let me just... I want to remind you of something, Howard. When you two used to go and do personal appearances or something, and we would wind up in a hotel room together because we couldn't afford 2 separate rooms.
Yeah, me and Fred.
Fred wouldn't even let you see him in his underwear.
Yeah, I always
Remember all that stuff?
Yeah. Fred, you might be gay. I'm serious.
Yeah.
You and Gay Rich were definitely into it. Rich, why are you downplaying this? I don't understand.
Fred was looking for stability, and I was...
And he went to you?
Yeah, so he went to a man in a thong.
I was on the phone.
17 of Fred's best friends.
Yeah, hey, Fred, how do you explain you giving all your funny money to Gay Rich?
It's like lap dance.
Lap
He
dance.
must have been good.
I think...
So Dominic right away says,
The two of them are kissing. They're kissing. They're kissing.
so I go, uh-oh. I said, you're kidding me. He goes,
Yeah, they're kissing. They're kissing.
So you come running up.
So I come running up. I didn't see them kissing, but Neil swears. Hey, get Neil on the phone. He swears he saw
They really kissed?
Gay Rich and Fred making out. Now, I don't... Now, I said, I got
Freddie,
real
you
upset.
don't know.
I said, because if they're making out, I'm pulling Gay Rich off of Fred.
I think advantage of
Because I said, Fred might not know what he's doing.
Fred is a grown man, like you said. He wants to kiss another man.
Robin, with a 300... With a 300...
I got to tell you something. You know, I'm not the kind of guy who can like watch 2 men make out, but I got to swear.
Look.
Oh, there's the thong. Hey, here it is. There's Gay Rich's thong.
You know, I'm kind of getting turned on
Fred,
again.
does that get you?
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, this is what Gay Rich was wearing on Fred.
your lap.
This is it.
My big hairy butt.
That's it.
I just want to say one thing, Robin.
What?
The story has only just begun.
Yeah. Let me take a break. Let me take a break, and I'll continue. That's nothing. That's nothing.
This is like beginning only.
Wait till you see when Fred.
I also want to tell people that when you vomit the way Fred vomits, that's your body's way of not absorbing any more alcohol because it's already saturated.
Well, it was absorbing it on the shirt.
Remember, after he vomited, he kept drinking.
Did he really? I didn't see that.
He had another
Who
shot.
allowed him to do that?
No, he didn't.
He did not.
He was a no.
Dominic is like.
Now the story's starting to...
Yeah, now Dominic.
No.
Dominic will have you married in a
No,
few minutes.
Fred, you were in no condition to drink.
I don't...
You had Gay Rich on your arm.
Gay Rich, you kissed him after
Here's
he
Neil.
vomited?
Right.
You're a really good hugger, too.
Hey, Neil.
Oh, God. I don't like...
Neil, you there?
Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
All right.
Neil, you owe me $40.
You were right, Nick. How come you... Oh, that's right.
Slap me.
Neil got Gay Rich to get into the thong for $40.
Oh.
And of course,
I
never
haven't
paid him.
seen it yet.
You didn't look like you cared about money, Gay Rich.
He wanted that.
I never saw a guy happier in a
that
thong.
Can I tell you, though, that...
Born to be in that thong.
Neil,
Yeah.
what did you see?
Neil, tell everything you saw.
Gay Rich's lips on Fred.
On his lips?
I couldn't tell if they were on Fred's lips, but they were on Fred's face.
See,
On his neck?
Yeah, and Fred was rubbing Gay Rich's arm up and down, caressing him.
And he was caressing him.
And he was caressing.
Fred was that's true, right?
Yes.
And you did kiss his cheeks.
No.
Stop it, Gay Rich. You know
Howard,
you
looked at
did.
me, and I looked at you, and we were ready to throw up.
Neil and I almost puked. Neil and I were holding each other.
You almost needed the vomitorium.
I sat in a chair directly across from Fred and just stared in amazement.
You couldn't believe what you were
And Gay Rich was in heaven. He ignored everything in the room. He was with Fred. And I'm going to tell you something. Gay Rich, and don't lie, you are attracted to Fred. There is no question about it.
100%.
Tell the truth.
I felt really bad for him, and I was trying to give him the stability that he needed. Why? Because he was shaking. He was shaking.
You know, Howard's right, though, Robin.
Yeah, of all guys to come over and help Fred.
Howard's right. You know when you watch a movie and there's a couple in a crowd,
they look
and then all of a sudden the sound just comes down and they can't hear anything except each other.
Only eyes for each
It
other.
did look like that.
And they were lovers. I said, I got to have a camera because Fred is never going to believe this. He's not going to believe it. So the two of them are going at it, and meanwhile all the girls are emptying out because Fred smells from puke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe girls are now
Only
like
guys
leaving.
want to be with Fred.
Yeah, and Fred like he is, empties out all the girls and just leaves the one guy.
Well, you know, we always had this question about Fred.
Well, Fred, I'm telling you.
Well,
you know, Fred.
You can maintain that opinion if you want. I know deep down I'm not.
Even with a 3.3 whatever alcohol level, doesn't mean you have to go hugging Gay Rich.
There's enough girls to hug.
But I'm a good hugger, Robin.
Hey, the good part about this is there'll be another bachelor party.
Yeah, well, Fred's already begging me for another. Wait, let's get to that point. So, hey, I got to take a break. Can I put everyone on hold?
Yeah.
This time Fred wants to do it at Chippendales.
It's
Fred,
only beginning.
It's only the beginning of the story. Let me put this on hold. All right, so let's leave it off that Gay Rich and Fred are upstairs at Scores making out. And not making out, but he's kissing Fred's cheeks and Fred is rubbing Gay Rich.
You know what I have to say is that I'm glad that Gay Rich found someone because I thought he'd be sort of alienated at this
You know what was weird? I said, gee, how is Gay Rich going to fit in? All I know is he was really fitting in when he was dancing in the thong because he looked real good.
Yeah.
And then when Fred and him teamed up, I said, it's interesting. You put a gay guy in the crowd, they always find one another.
They find me a gay guy.
He found you, Fred. If I tell
Fred,
you,
you're gay.
Fred, you had to see it.
All right, then you're not gay.
You might be bi. You might be bi at the very worst. All right.
You're a bisexual.
He goes both ways, men and boys.
Yeah.
Fred acts as if you're besmirching a beautiful thing.
Fred is a homo magnet.
I'm getting taken advantage twice here.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Taking advantage when I'm drunk, and you're taking advantage of me.
I spoke to Fred on Sunday, and Fred goes, gee, did I do anything to embarrass myself? I said, I don't know how to break it to him.
You told him no, though, right?
A friend would have told me.
I couldn't tell you.
You should have told me.
I couldn't.
You told him no, right?
I know. I just said, Fred, it was pretty wild, but I don't know. Thank God you're right, because I really thought Fred died.
A friend would have told him, and a friend would have broken
I'm a bad friend.
Broken it up?
Fred, it was hard to tell whether or not you were into it. And you want to know something? Gay Rich almost saved your life, so I can't say I did the right thing.
Besides all that, you're telling me that people who wanted to get Gay Rich off his lap, Fred pushed him away and clung to Gay Rich more.
Yeah, well, you couldn't get Gay Rich. In all fairness, some guys tried to get Gay Rich off your lap. You were not letting go of Gay Rich.
Yeah, that's
true. So what happened?
You'll be pregnant.
Robin,
Gay Rich is pregnant.
The way the Martians do it.
Wait, the best is... Dominic, stay on the line. Neil, stay on the line.
Get to the commercial, because
I have always contended that that's why people drink, so that they can release these inhibitions and then blame the booze.
Here we go.
Never mind. Don't get too psychological.
Robin, where did you get your degree?
Hold on. We'll be back with more of Fred's Bachelor Party right after this.
You'll call me next time, won't you?
Guys, hold on. We'll be back right after these words.
You
know, Howard, I noticed that Fred and Gay Rich can't look at each other.
Yeah, there's a weird thing going on here. Hi, in case you're just waking up and joining us, we had Fred's Bachelor Party on Friday.
So far.
And so far we're at the part of the Bachelor Party where Fred has just vomited on the girls and on my lap.
And chased them out of the room.
Chased them out of the room. Gay Rich is on top of Fred's lap.
We're engaged.
And hey, Neil, how come it was so important to you to get Gay Rich in a thong? We were just discussing that.
Don't know. Just hijinks.
We think we know.
Yeah,
I know.
You were jealous of Fred, weren't you?
And he was like asking me to like touch his chest. He's like, touch my chest, then touch these chests. These are girls. I'm like, I know it's a girl, Neil.
Neil's trying to teach him to like girls.
Right. Yeah.
Well, who's going to teach you?
I love it.
Well, anyway, Neil and Gay Rich were, antagonizing one another. It was a beautiful thing.
Neil antagonizes everyone.
Actually, Gay Rich got a lot of phone numbers from girls.
Yeah, totally. Like,
what's he going to do with them?
Hang out with them and
same thing you do.
I'm
Nothing.
going to hang out with them.
I'm going to hang out with them and respect them.
Actually, Neil, that's more than you do.
What good is that?
They're so sweet.
That's wonderful. They were totally cool. They were totally cool. Did you go home with any phone numbers, Neil? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Neil went with his usual crop.
So anyway, Gay Rich has a really body, and I guess Fred couldn't. I don't know. How did Gay Rich end up on Fred's lap? That's what I missed that part because I was.
How did the move happen?
Because I was busy cleaning the vomit off my legs.
Wait a minute. Fred was back downstairs when this occurred?
Now Fred is still upstairs in the dark room.
You're cleaning yourself.
I'm cleaning myself. Fred's up there, and when I come back, everyone is dragging me into the room because I have to see Fred and Gay Rich.
Okay, now how did Gay Rich?
All the girls left. All the girls left Fred.
Well, what happened
and
was...
then Gay Rich was kind of like, you know, like a woman runs to somebody to hold them and comfort them? That's what he did. He ran to Fred.
Well, all I know is by the time I got there, Fred had his arms wrapped around Gay Rich. Gay Rich is in Fred's lap and kissing his cheeks. And I see Fred crying and weeping on Gay Rich. And at first I thought,
Why are you crying?
He was loaded out of his mind.
Yeah, but that's a release of something. What was he saying?
I don't know. He was like Spock when he finally let some emotion through.
Just a flood.
But at this point, Fred is almost like Weekend at Bernie's because anyone could be in his lap. It doesn't matter what you
do. What you wanted, I think, at that point.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Fred did it. In Fred's defense here, I don't think he knew. It's funnier to think he knew where he was, but.
Look, you can tell a man's chest even when you're drunk.
I don't know.
Robin will get you drunk and we'll see.
I got to admit, Gay Rich has got a really nice body. Congratulations.
He was definitely singing some sort of Lithuanian love song. It was like a humming.
He was humming because, you know, when you get drunk, you're like,
That's right, yeah.
I think he thought he was going to vomit. And so Fred was vomiting at this point, just, you know.
And what were you whispering to him, Gay Rich?
Well, just like, it'll be okay. Do you want some bread? You know, I'm here for you.
I'll be gentle.
You're around your friends. I won't go past your boundaries.
At what point do you open up Fred's zipper?
I don't know if I want to hear this part of the story.
Yeah.
And you're stroking his face while you say all this?
So I came upstairs. Yeah, he is. So I came upstairs to look at it. For a while, it was funny. Then after a while, you felt like you were intruding on something kind of special.
Yeah, like it's intimate.
So, like, you know, I started looking away because I was getting a little embarrassed. Like, hey, maybe these guys want some space. So, because it was really getting romantic. In all seriousness, I didn't know. I couldn't tell how drunk.
You didn't know what to do.
I didn't know how drunk Fred was. You know, I didn't know. Like, maybe, you know, Fred just felt like, hey, look, I'm letting it go. I want to have some fun with a guy.
Yeah, I'm going to do that with a guy who's like the head of a radio show.
I don't know.
16 markets.
I don't know.
This is the time I'm going to choose.
You know what, it is true because Fred won't even let us see him eat. So I'm certainly he's not going to make out.
I just said, you know,
I think that's a big.
You know what I thought? I just said Fred's loaded enough to let go of all inhibition and just like, you know, hey, he's doing what he always wanted to do, and this marriage is a shame. And he wants to. I really started because I mean, I'm telling you, you look
some imagination.
You look so perfect together, you and Gay Rich.
They
made a really good couple.
And
Fred's very muscular, and Gay Rich is muscular, and it just made a very nice pairing.
And Fred's a little older now. Gay Rich is a little younger.
And I'm saying, hey, where's the Fred I know? When's he going to beat up Gay Rich? When's that going to happen? And it wasn't happening.
Setting him up for a punch.
And Dominic, every minute.
Beat up a guy who's going to do everything for me. He's going to cover me. He's going to get me bread.
But Gay Rich was being good. I don't know. But Dominic keeps coming up and he goes, what's Fred thinking? What is he doing?
Wasn't thinking.
Dominic was jealous.
I don't know, but it was kind of weird. Hey, Neil, what were you were like freaking out too.
You looked at me and I looked at you. You put your hands over your head and you said, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. You were going to leave?
I couldn't believe it. I felt I was intruding. I really did. Fred, I didn't know how loaded you were. All right, so, no. So anyway, I sit down in a chair because now I'm devastated because now Fred's gay.
Girl.
You know, I'm just sitting there going, holy cow, Fred's gay and he just got married. And, you know, I didn't know you were this out of it. So I'm sitting there going, holy cow. I don't know what to do. I better leave these guys alone or something. And I said, and at least Gay Rich is with him and holding him down.
Yeah, at least I have someone to comfort me.
All of a sudden, within 2 seconds, I zip around. I see Fred push Gay Rich right off his lap. I go, whoa, Fred just came to his senses. Yeah, Fred.
Fred's a man again.
Fred gets up. Now listen to this. Fred gets up and starts taking giant steps. And I go, hey, let's grab Fred. All of a sudden, Ronnie zips around and grabs Fred because Fred is making a beeline now for the toilet because he's got to vomit again. He tells Ronnie, I got to vomit. Ronnie starts carrying him down the steps. But this happens in a flash of a second. Fred just is so loose, he just spins around and falls off the steps, off the top step, flat, face down, onto the floor. He goes collapses.
Like doing a dive.
Is that like a dive into an empty swimming pool?
No,
five steps. Yeah. 5 steps.
No,
off the top.
Don't say dive because that would say his arms are outstretched. His arms were at his side. He just went
flat,
down.
face
it was
first
like a
down.
dead man fall.
Fred goes flat. Everyone starts screaming. Fred's down. I go down. Fred's. Now listen to this. Wait a second. Listen.
Wait a minute.
I run down the steps. There is blood pouring out of Fred's mouth. But not just like a little trickle out of Fred's mouth. There is blood pouring out of Fred's mouth.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going, oh, my God, Fred's...
Now, I'm outside.
Oh, you couldn't have done anything anyway, Dominic.
No, wait a second.
No, cruelest fight ever.
So anyway, I mean, he was... I'm talking about his legs. You know when their legs don't even land right? They're like all bent
they're all
up?
crumpled in the wrong direction.
That was Fred laying out on the floor, and I go, I don't believe this. The guy's bachelor party, he dies.
Get the lawyer.
Thanks, Howard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, oh, my God.
This
I'm
is your
flipping
idea.
out. Yeah, I'm flipping out that Fred is...
And then what
So did anyone run to check his
All right, now hold on. So everyone starts crying. You're standing outside, Dominic?
No,
I'm with Carlino, the guy who owns the place.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, one of the interns comes running out and he says, I don't know what happened. Get in there. They need you.
Yeah, okay, so we get in. Yeah.
And you guys are in. You're white. How would you look like you just saw someone who died?
And let me tell you something. I'm so high on Fred because of the way he works the Gary puppet that I'm going, figures we finally found something for Fred to do, and he drops Dominic.
That would kill him.
James Dean.
Yeah.
Work would kill him.
Yeah, right. I said the pressure killed him. I think it's the pressure of working that stupid Gary puppet. Fred, if you want, I'll get rid of it.
I love the Gary puppet.
All right, take it easy.
You sure?
He's lying on his stomach.
So he's lying on his stomach, and now all of a sudden, there's tons of strippers around. Me, Dominic, and everyone goes, all right, everyone out of the room. So suddenly, Gay Rich now, who's become Fred's lover, is like, oh, my God, Fred is hurt. Fred is hurt.
A moment.
So, wait a second.
Let me get to my friend.
Gay Rich is like, I don't understand. What can I do? Like, all of a sudden, his wife is Gay Rich.
Yes.
Jolynn, that blonde stripper, she's saying, oh, my God, she's in there. She refuses to leave, and everyone is there. And then suddenly this really big, busty, beautiful girl comes in the room, and she's pushing her way to Fred. I go, no. She goes, no, I'm a paramedic. Turns out she's a bona fide paramedic. I go, okay, she's the closest thing we got to a doctor. Her and the chef are paramedics. She comes in, and she's wearing a little bikini top and a little mini dress. She bends over to start working on Fred. Dominic goes behind her and lifts up her dress. So I go,
Dominic.
So what is it? Dominic goes,
does this mean the party's over?
And he's cracking jokes, all right? Fred, but you got to understand something. Fred, there's blood pouring out of Fred.
Right, I see where Fred is. Did anybody know whether Fred was breathing?
No one could tell yet. No one knew if Fred was breathing or what. It was impossible to tell.
Dominic was having a good time.
But he was out.
Dead. He was out. He was out cold. He didn't even know he'd hit his face or anything.
drawing up the papers.
So wait a second. We spin him around. So the paramedics like jiggle him a certain way so that they can see if he's breathing and stuff. They say Fred is breathing. And I said, listen, we got to call an ambulance. So Ralph stands up and goes, no, we don't need an ambulance. That's Ralph, because Ralph's nervous that the party's going to end. So Ralph goes, we don't need
girls here.
Yeah, so the guy from Scores
out in the street.
Yeah, and the guy from Scores says, this happens all the time. We see this every night. He says, just put Fred out on the street and let him sober up.
Oh, stop it. Pop Fred up.
Yeah, like Weekend at Bernie's. Just leave him out there. Let somebody roll him. I go, wait a second. This is more serious than some. This guy just fell flat on his face. There's blood pouring out of his mouth.
5 stairs.
I said, we got to get an ambulance.
So I walk in at this point.
So everyone starts saying to me, all right, Howard, you better leave and get out of here before. I go, wait a second. This isn't the O.J. Simpson murder. Fred had an accident. What do you mean leave? I said, I'm not embarrassed to be at Scores, to be found at Scores with a Dan.
You knew where you were.
I knew where I was.
Where you were.
Yeah, I had announced on the air I was going to a bachelor party. I'm not leaving Fred.
You know what it was?
I'm staying.
It was so bad. People were on damage control.
Yeah, well, it was weird. Neil went through Fred's
all
pockets.
All of a sudden, it's like you are the governor.
Yeah. Like everyone was doing damage control for me. I go, Fred's going to be, what do we care about me for?
So Howard, Gary, get the ambulance.
Dominic says, get an ambulance.
Right.
So
and Ralph is screaming, don't get an ambulance. And meanwhile, Ralph...
Now you know who your friends are.
What were you thinking, man?
I was thinking that
maybe
he wasn't that bad, and that it was creating more. Everybody, he just needed to be alone.
Alone, he was unconscious.
No, not alone without a doctor, but there were people looking after him, and I don't know. I just thought it would.
The guy was bleeding from his mouth. He's profusely, and Ralph.
You know what, Ralph? Don't ever make any decisions around me.
Yeah, Ralph is like an imbecile. So anyway,
don't have a heart attack around Ralph.
Really?
So I ran to the phone and I called 911. Right. Now, if we have any friends that work there, I would love to get a copy of the 911 tape.
Yeah. We'd love to hear that. Did you make the call?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyway.
How long did it take him to get there?
I got to give him credit. 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Yeah, they got there real quick.
They were great.
7 minutes is a long time.
The whole time Ralph is saying, Ralph is telling me, we didn't need an ambulance, we don't need. I said, you're crazy. Ralph would have told JFK's motorcade to continue on. Nothing happened. The guy will put his head back together.
That's right. We'll take him back to Washington.
If I tell you, Fred, I mean,
did he come to in that 7 minutes?
No. Fred is out, and blood is still pouring out of him. So at this point, we can see it's not coming out of his mouth; it's coming out of his chin.
And he's white.
And he's white.
Of course.
Okay. He's the whitest white man you ever saw.
Fred's already white.
What is it, Gorilla?
I was going to say, I know why Ralph didn't want to call an ambulance. He was working on some chick in the back.
Yeah, I know, but we all know what Ralph was doing.
No. He kept going afterwards. You know, when Fred gets better, I'm going to kick his ass. I almost had this chick's number. Damn it, he had to ruin the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, I heard about it all night.
Exactly what you said.
All right, so...
If Fred's better, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
Fred's better be dead.
No one could believe... Everyone was in shock, not over Fred so much, because Fred's just laying there now like table furniture, like room furniture, and everyone's walking over his legs and everything. I go, you're going to step on the guy's legs. Yeah. So everyone's walking around in shock, not over Fred, but that the party's over.
Yeah,
it was in full swing.
It came to an abrupt end.
Yeah, because we wanted to see the conclusion of this.
It just got rolling.
It was getting like a Roman orgy. So anyway, the ambulance guys show up, the paramedics, and they start working on Fred. And they
guys.
They were great guys. They put blood pressure thing on Fred right away. They said, look, no one's sure what's going on here. This guy could have broken his back. We don't know, but he's alive. And his blood pressure is low, but he is breathing.
Good heartbeat.
So we're going to take him now.
They found the heart.
They found the heart.
Oh, yeah.
2 hearts. Actually, they found 2 hearts.
2 hearts. It's a Martian.
So we decide that Dominic and Gary... So this Jolene, the stripper, goes, Howard, the whole time. She's like Naomi. She goes, Howard, I am going with Fred. Fred is my best bud. And she's some kind of angel of mercy. She goes, Fred is my best...
Angel of mercy.
She goes, Fred is my best bud. He's going to need a pretty girl to hold his hand.
Listen.
I go, I don't think Fred really knows a pretty girl from a guy.
His wife is going to appreciate a stripper holding his hand when she gets to the hospital.
What is it, Ganji?
Can I tell you that I had to fight Jolene over Fred's jacket and personal belongings? She would not give them up. And
what was her story?
Ganji walks over to me and he says, I cannot get Fred's jacket and personal belongings away from Ganji, away from Jolene. I said, you go and grab it from her.
Right.
So he went over and he took
her
it.
with a hammer to be another injury.
Then she said,
well, Dominic gets weird with me. Stan's working, is hanging around making sure Fred's okay. So Stan comes up to me and Stan and I are saying goodbye to each other. And Dominic walks over and goes,
okay, you. That's enough with Howard. Just walk away. Walk away to the side.
So I said, I take Dominic over. I go, Dominic, I'm talking to someone. Who asked you to interfere?
He was bothering you.
I said, Dominic, you're not my bodyguard. I'm talking to my lieutenant governor. He just took Stan and threw him aside.
Oh, man.
Dominic, Fred is the issue here, not Stan Dworkin.
Jolene was working me. She wanted to make a personal appearance in the ambulance. I said, please.
Yeah, but why are you bothering me with Stan Dworkin?
I don't know.
He was out of it.
Howard, Jolene says...
you had to drink?
No, I don't drink.
Jolene's standing over Fred, and she says, I'm going in the ambulance. And
I don't care what anyone says. I'm going in that ambulance.
And I said, you absolutely are not. She goes, why? I said, because you don't even know Fred's last name. You don't know where he lives. You don't know anything about him. We don't need you there.
We don't know these things either.
Well, anyway, there was a big fight. Oh, yeah, who knows where Fred lives? There was a big fight. Gay Rich does. There was a big fight over what to do with Fred's body and who got to ride with Fred's body. All of a sudden, it was like a whole
Fred,
thing.
now you're popular.
So then there's a huge discussion whether I should go to the hospital. They decided no because it would cause a commotion. We want to get Fred worked on. Okay, fine. But I felt kind of strange. But as long as Dominic was there and Gary, I knew things would be cool.
Yeah.
And like Ralph went, a whole bunch of people went.
Ralph.
Don't ask.
Well, maybe I can pick up a nurse.
He was hoping strippers.
Stripper thing.
So you
I'm bleeding to death, and he wants to pick up a stripper.
So if you go over to Scores, there is a huge blood stain on the carpet.
That's
you can see,
Fred,
you should really just go over there to see your blood.
I don't know if it's going to take a little time.
They should give you a permanent pass, visitation right.
Yeah.
Blood.
We're on our way to the hospital. We're ready to leave.
So Dominic's on his way to the hospital. I'm on my way home. And I said, just call me. And plus, I didn't want to get caught in Long Island Expressway traffic, so you can understand why I had to leave.
Sorry,
Fred. What is it, Stuttering John?
A very unhappy Mrs. Fred Norris is on the phone.
Wait.
She didn't know about the weekend.
Hold on.
You should be talking to Rich.
I know about Rich.
Everybody, jeez. I just disconnected. I can't put...
how dare you cut her off.
Allison?
Hasn't this woman been through enough?
Well, I think if you ended my marriage already, Neil. I just want you to know.
Wait, Neil is gone and Dominic is gone because I can't press down 3 phones at the same time.
Howard, I would like to say that as I'm standing in front of the club, waiting for the ambulance, and then they're putting Fred in the ambulance.
Yeah.
every single stripper's at it. She's like, they're dressed,
here's the
sunglasses
deal.
on,
So,
see you later.
Fred is being put into the ambulance. I walk outside. Every stripper now is back in her street clothes. She's waiting for their cabs and everything. And I'm like, oh, my God. We had every good-looking girl in New York.
And everything was going great.
Yeah, everything was great. The guys from Scores were great. The strippers were great. The food was great. I mean, it was a real male experience.
This was the best party ever. The food was right. The girls were right.
God bless Scores. That's all I can say. And Fred ruined everything.
That would have gone into the night.
Mrs.
Fred
Norris?
doesn't like women.
Is this the new Mrs. Norris?
It's the new Mrs. Norris.
The former Mrs. Norris?
You want to have words with Gay Rich? Boy, he stole your man.
I don't want to have words with Gay Rich.
And he sounds like he knows how to take care of it.
Gay Rich was right there.
Well, I probably think he probably thought it was me. I don't know if we look anything alike, Gay Rich and I.
Well, you must.
I did not think it was you, Alice.
Now we're going to have a cat fight.
Hey, the guy was loaded.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I just want to say, that, I care about Fred, listening to this, it's really, you guys, you didn't even, stop him from drinking at all. That's kind of like...
In all fairness,
what Fred was doing.
Allison, let's face it. Even my mom said, why don't you stop Fred from drinking? I said, I didn't see Fred the whole night until he puked on my leg.
But then when he puked, then that should have been a tip-off.
He didn't drink after he puked. He didn't drink after he puked.
Gay Rich took care of him.
Yeah, Gay Rich was
I will say this, though, Scores, we can have some lawsuit on our hands.
Why?
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because you're not allowed to serve somebody that...
already the missus is looking at this.
Absolutely. And don't think that my lawyer hasn't just called me this morning, because he already has.
Oh, get out of here.
Look, Fred's a grown man. He knows how to drink, or he used to.
But the thing is...
Isn't it amazing how your wife's voice changed once you married her? Allison used to be this sweet,
soft-spoken girl.
I think this was before, I was in a hospital for 8 hours.
Yeah, you got to realize, Howard, if this were you, let me tell you something. If this were you, Neil and Ralph and all those guys would have not been calling up laughing. They would have gotten you out of there right away. But it wasn't.
Out of where?
Oh, wait a minute. She's not mad at Gay Rich. She's mad at you all.
Oh, us? What did we do?
I'm not mad. I'm just. If you listen to this, if it were anybody else's...
No, Allison, I think we're laughing now because Fred's all right. I don't think we were laughing then.
I think she feels the situation might have been handled
only Ralph wanted to keep the party going.
Cavalierly, that's Ralph. He was worried about Fred.
I wasn't being cavalier. Let me just clear this up. The reason I said...
Wait a second. Did we listen to Ralph, Allison? Did we listen to him?
No, but the fact is that he's unconscious. There's lying no blood in his head.
Yeah, so what did we do? We called an emergency. We called an ambulance.
She's probably upset that Dominic lifted the paramedic's dress.
Yeah, that kind of.
I'm embellishing the story. You didn't really do that.
I know, and I'm just saying, that. Fred, I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. And
I'm glad you're okay.
I love you too, Fred.
There you go, Gay Rich.
You got a room for Gay Rich now?
Gay Rich loves Fred. You have a love triangle.
Loving you bunches, baby.
Well, I can borrow.
How about yelling at Fred and say, why do you have to drink 16 shots?
Idiot.
Well, I figure I'll wait until, afterwards.
What are you yelling at us for? We did it right. What are you yelling at the guy from Scores for?
But, Allison, the truth of the matter is, in all seriousness, nobody hung around with Fred from beginning to end. Right. So it is sort of hard to tell. I saw Fred having a drink, but I don't know that that's number 1 or number 16 because I've been watching him.
I understand that. I just can't understand. If you go into any restaurant in New York, seriously, how does
the bartender know where all these drinks were going?
The bartender stands behind the bar and pours drinks. He doesn't.
We had 3 different waitresses. I don't know that.
They don't know. They don't count Fred's drinks.
Yeah, but they see somebody is intoxicated. How did they know he wasn't getting behind the wheel of the car?
He was in a corner. No one.
We weren't going to let him drive. That's obvious.
Well.
They were going to sit.
Hey, in all fairness, Allison, I'll tell you one thing.
Right.
I know for me, I didn't see Fred the whole night until he vomited on my leg.
Yeah. He was in that one.
We're with 25 girls to 12 guys. Nobody's sitting and watching Fred's alcohol consumption. And plus, Fred said to me ahead of time, I'm not even going to drink.
Right.
You know what?
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure Fred feels bad enough as it is that he drank so much,
Howard, I got this whole rap from my wife on Saturday, this exact rap. Why weren't you watching Fred? I said, out of 15 guys, Fred is like the 15th guy on the list that I would think you'd have to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you knew that you had a guy who was out of control, you'd watch him.
You were really, just really there, in the hospital, and I want to thank you for that, because I was like,
But we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Wait a minute. You're jumping ahead.
I do have to say one funny moment was after when Allison first got to the hospital and I had to break the news to her and she said, "What happened?"
Thank God it was you who broke the news because everyone said, you know what? First we said, well, how are we going to break the news to Allison?
What were you going to tell her?
Well, we called and she wasn't home.
Yeah, we had to leave a message on the answering machine.
So Gary was going to be the one at the hospital. He's the point man. So I said, let him break the news to her because at least he's going to have information.
You don't want to leave it on the answering
Yeah, I don't want to say, hey, I left Fred, you know.
I did leave it on the answering machine. I just said Fred had a little too much to drink. He had a little accident, nothing serious. So she came to the emergency room. So once I broke the news to her, you know, she was really upset and everything. And she's like, what happened? And she's holding her head in her hands. And she's like, what happened? What happened? But I said, you know, this happened. I go, and then he threw up on Howard's leg. And she just goes, she starts to laugh. She goes, he threw up on Howard's leg?
Allison, how could you laugh?
No, it was
horrible.
Allison,
Howard.
I mean, what happened to Fred was funny, but not my vomit leg.
He had to go in the bathroom and clean himself up.
Yeah, right.
Nobody could believe that he threw up on you.
It was so funny.
Somehow, Howard, they always throw up on you.
Yeah, right. Everyone pukes up on me.
in front of you, and that was the leg you chose to throw up on.
Hey, we're real brothers, man. We went to go throw up together. Yeah, I caught his vomit for him. You should have seen the girl he threw up on. She jumped off your lap, Fred, like you wouldn't believe.
Was she good looking?
Oh, yes.
I always throw up on the best.
All right, Allison.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Boy, she suddenly became aggressive.
A wife is a different thing than a girlfriend.
She sounded like Nancy.
Yeah.
There you go.
A lot.
Ah, boy, do I have some.
Yeah, we're suing.
No, she was just I think, you know what, she was hearing a couple of the details this morning that
probably
hadn't come out
eluded her
before.
The gay rich stuff hadn't come out before.
Certainly Fred could add nothing to the story.
Yeah, right. Fred was really weekend at Bernie's.
This is the one thing where I checked out of my body, and that was it.
Not even a single smidge of you was left sober.
They bring Fred to the hospital, and to make a long story short, the doctor there, the emergency room was great at New York.
NYU Cornell. They were really good. Except, of course, you know, it's me, Dominic's son, Ralph, Ganji, and Gorilla.
Yeah, and they
had quite an entourage.
And Fred kind of looks like a drunk because he's got all that growth all over his face. You know, he's got blood pouring all over him. So they think he's just a drunk. Who's on the phone?
Dominic.
Oh, okay.
They want him in detox.
So we, you know, they bring Fred in, and you know, there's these double doors that you can't get through.
Right.
So now we're all freaking out because you know, you feel really helpless because you can't get in there. There's a million people in there.
Right.
They don't care about us. They don't care. You know, it's just.
How did you get Fred treatment? Because none of you are related to him.
Well, it was. I mean, it was an emergency.
Yeah.
You know, they had to treat him.
Yeah. So they get a hold of Fred, and the doctor thinks. At this point, the doctor thinks that Fred's back is broken.
Wait a minute, you're jumping ahead.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Gary, what happens when we get to the hospital?
So I'm like banging on this window and I'm going, we just brought Fred in. We can't get in, et cetera, et cetera. All of a sudden, these double doors open. And out comes walking Dominic. Dominic's already in, he's on his way out.
Right.
What the hell are you doing? Don't worry, his vitals are all okay. I checked and everything.
So I keep getting messages at my house. Here's one of the messages.
You're
I'll read it to
already
you.
home?
No, I'm not home,
okay.
but they called my house, and I called into my house, and it says, Fred talking slightly, going for CAT scan. Gary will call later. CAT scan. They think he's brain damaged now. What is it, Ganj?
It was just a funny sight when we had to register Fred at the hospital.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were asking Gary all sorts of questions about him. And it's just that, you know...
Nobody knows anything.
Nobody knew anything. We don't know
like
his
what
age.
questions?
Well, I didn't even know. They asked me his age, and I go 35, and Gage goes, I think he's older than that. I go 36.
He's like 30.
I think he's older than that.
I think
he's 38. Fred, are you 38?
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
Address. You know, so Dominic, I sort of knew the street, I thought, and Dominic just, like, makes up a number. So, of course, later on when the plastic surgeon goes, well, I can contact you at this address, Allison goes, that's not our address.
You can't contact anyone at that address. Yeah.
Nobody knew anything.
You know, is Fred allergic to anything? We don't know. I've known him for 10 years. I know nothing about him.
I've never seen him get allergic to anything.
But in fairness,
It looks like he's allergic to booze.
Yeah.
I wish I were.
In fairness to Allison, she thought we were all like laughing, but we were more like in shock when it happened. So though we're making jokes, we were really scared at first.
Yeah, we really were scared.
I mean,
it was really scary because we thought Fred was, and who was going to work the Gary puppet?
So the doctor came out at one point and he said, listen, the guy is comatose. He has not moved since he got in. He may have broken his back. He said it could be the alcohol, but I've never seen anybody that bad. Fred has just not moved. This is now already 3:30, so Fred's been out for 90 minutes and has not moved at all.
Amazing. And cut to the part where the plastic surgeon comes in to stitch Fred's chin up.
Yeah.
And he says, this is the worst looking thing I ever saw. He says, it's 6 inches deep. We got to put in 18. How many stitches? 18 to 25?
It was something like that.
So wait a second. Listen to this. They didn't have to give Fred any anesthesia.
No, because he was out.
That's how out he was. In fact, when they went to Soya, I heard, Fred?
Right. They stuck a needle in Fred's chin. I was sitting right there. They stuck the needle in his chin. And,
usually you move.
They put it in, and they move that thing around. Right. They got to get it all in. Right. Yeah. And Fred lifted his hand as if he were going to swat a fly. And the plastic surgeon said, would you do me a favor? Could you hold his hands down? And I held Fred's hands down, and he offered almost no resistance.
Well, there was no way they could have given him anything either because he had so much stuff circulating in his system already. That could have killed him.
At one point, a nurse comes out to inform Gary and Dominic about Fred's condition. And I guess Allison was there, your wife, so Allison said, hey, I can't believe Fred's vomiting so much because he didn't have any breakfast. He hasn't eaten anything all day. And the nurse goes, oh, yes, he has. And there, all over her outfit, is Fred's lunch.
Oh, that's right. No.
Yeah. Vomit. Fred threw up on the nurse.
Again?
Yeah, he vomited all over the nurse.
I heard I christened some of the best residents in that hospital.
And you know what was funny? After you vomited on the nurse, you tipped her funny money from Scores.
Howard, you were thinking of going there originally to the emergency room, and I think Gary has not described yet what was in the waiting room.
There was a guy in a wheelchair. This is what you see when you walk in. There's a guy in a wheelchair. Yeah. He's wearing shorts. He's probably about 90 pounds. He's missing one leg. The tip of his leg is like pink. It's like red, blue, pink. The other leg's got welts all over it. He's got welts all over his leg. And it looks like he's what do you call that when you need a fix? That's what it looked like. He's shaking and everything.
The waiting room was a zoo.
The waiting room looked like the Bronx.
It was full.
Now, this guy with no legs, was Gay Rich on his lap?
No. He needed help.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to point out that Gorilla was a great help by getting into a huge argument with the black security guard. I turned around and they're screaming at each other.
Somehow Gorilla ended up at the hospital, and Gorilla was supposed to just stand there in case we needed help or something, and what happened was Gary said everyone was fine, everything was going good. All of a sudden they turn around, Gorilla's in a yelling match with this black security guard.
He doesn't do well with black security.
No, he doesn't. And the two of them are fighting, and Gary goes, you know what? I think we've had enough from you today. Why don't you just go home?
You've been no help, and you started a fight.
What are you fighting with the black security guy?
But he was nuts.
I was just tired and aggravated, and I didn't.
You were tired and aggravated.
Yeah, I was just, the hard hours.
Well, what would you say to? Aren't you frightened of those guys?
I didn't say anything to the guy. Me and Ralph were standing there, and all of a sudden the guy comes over and he goes, I told you not to sit here. I told you. I said, what? You don't want to listen because I'm black? Is that your problem? I said, black. I didn't say who. I just lost it. I was like, who said anything about black or white? I said, I didn't do nothing. Like, what are you yelling at me for?
We kept standing.
Hey man, the guy had black rage.
You know what? We kept standing in front of the. We were nervous, and we would sit there and have like a little confab. We were standing in front of the doors, and the guy said like 5 times, "Could you please not stand in front of here?" But you know how those guys get. You know, their little dotted line. Right. I guess we had crossed it one too many times.
Right. Yeah, he's got to make sure.
He didn't say a thing.
He waits all day for some white kid like you to stand there.
He didn't say a thing.
Yeah, Dominic.
When I first get there, the fellow in the wheelchair is shaking. And I, of course, have to go do Geraldo. So I leave, Geraldo's live, I run over and do Geraldo, and I come back. The TV is on in the waiting room. They all had on Geraldo. The guy who's shaking looks up at the set, sees me again, and he thinks he's hallucinating.
He goes, you was just on the TV.
Right?
Wait a minute.
There was a black girl that was in the waiting room for quite a while. And when I came out at one point, she said, hey, you know that fat guy you was with earlier? I go, yeah. She goes, he on TV.
Well, anyway, so Fred...
so how long was he in the hospital?
Till about 11 o'clock at night.
Well, I'll give you the part 2 because I get to the hospital.
I got to take a break. Hey, Dominic, let me wrap this up. Let me just take a break first. All right?
And then I'll give you the end when he comes out of the coma.
All right.
Because I'm there.
All right, hold on.
Dominic's with him, holding his hand.
Yeah, of course. The angel of mercy, Dominic Barber. All right, let me take a break, and we'll be back right after these. All right, we're going to wrap up this.
You know, I was thinking maybe you ought to recreate Friday for Fred and have Gay Rich sit on his lap to tell the rest of it.
No problem.
How were you, because you weren't that drunk, Gay Rich, how did you feel sitting on Fred's lap?
Well, I was, like I said, it was more...
by the way, we're recreating for you Fred's bachelor party where Fred ended up in the hospital getting 16 stitches or something like that. Yeah.
In a coma.
In a coma.
With possibly a broken back.
And possibly broken back, and also they had taken...
How do we know there's no brain damage? Fred was out for so long.
Did they actually do a CAT scan?
They did a CAT scan.
And they found no brain damage?
That's it. I left when the CAT scan was being done. Fred, no brain damage?
Maybe Fred doesn't want to admit to having brain damage.
Then at some point they were wondering if if he might have messed up his teeth.
Right.
Because, again, they couldn't tell. His mouth was closed.
Right.
They couldn't move him.
Wow.
Like a corpse.
He wasn't even talking.
Rigor mortis had set in.
At about 4:45, Fred, his eyes fluttered for a minute, and I said, Fred, do you know what's going on? Do you know who this is? And he went, And I said, Allison and her mom are out. Would you like to talk to them? And he went, And then they came in, and Allison stroked his hand, and she said something to him, and she said she was pretty sure he didn't completely comprehend that she was there.
This is kind of like what a guy goes through if he has a nose job or something major. Like Fred went through major surgery for no apparent reason.
Well, he went through the anesthesia. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah. How'd you feel when you finally came to? Was your head spinning?
Actually, the headache wasn't too bad.
Wait a minute. That night when you went home?
Oh, that night when I went home, I was still a little out of it. And it was about 11 o'clock at night or whatever, and I went to bed. And I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I walked into the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror, and I looked at my chin, and it was like, huh?
How did that happen?
Yeah, exactly. Because when I was in the recovery room, I heard somebody say something about my chin, and I'm going like, what the hell are they talking about?
Wait a second.
You didn't even know you were hurt.
At any point, did you call your wife Rich? Okay, Rich.
Not this weekend, anyway.
Anyway, when they brought you home, when you were able to get up, you still couldn't comprehend what had happened?
I didn't. You know what it is? I just came home and I went right to bed.
And he still doesn't know he fell. He doesn't have a real memory of any of this
stuff. At that point,
stuff.
I don't remember.
Hey, Dominic.
When I got back to the hospital, he had just come back from the x-rays, and he had the biggest smile on his face. And I'm standing over him, and his wife and Allison's there. And Allison was really a good person by then. She was not, furious or anything.
Yeah, I heard your wife was yelling at everyone.
And you know what? Rightfully so.
Really?
Yeah, she really had the right to.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Freddie, no, they walked in.
It's the first time Irma has ever been really annoyed, but she doesn't think this is funny at all.
Yeah.
She's saying this isn't funny. He would have died.
Well, it wasn't funny when it was going on. It was just funny after Fred survived. I said, this will be great radio if Fred survives. If he doesn't, it's going to be a real bummer.
It'll still be great radio. It just won't be funny.
Yeah, right. Imagine coming in today and saying, Fred died at his bachelor party. Although that's kind of funny, too.
There you go. Freddie's wife wanted a plastic surgeon rather than just a resident.
Oh, she should have had it.
Right. Well, Dominic's orders were not to let anyone touch Fred unless it was a bona fide plastic surgeon.
So Fred's wife asked the doctor, he said, okay, we're going to sew him up now. She goes, I want a plastic surgeon. And the guy just sort of gave her a really look, and he just said, well, I guess if that's what you want. So, and he was really
Who was this guy?
This was the doctor.
Oh.
So she flipped on him. And she said, hey, I want a plastic surgeon. Is there something wrong with that? And he walked away from her. So she said, she started and she was upset.
Yeah, these guys all get insulted even though they know
you're
better.
Insulting his work.
Right.
We don't know his work.
Yeah, exactly.
Show me examples of your work.
Right. But the guy they ended up getting by a stroke of luck was the same guy who did Sue Simmons' breast.
Really?
Yeah, the guy just happened to be there.
Fred's chin is going to look like a breast?
Yeah. he has chin reduction. So, were most of the doctors dot heads and stuff?
No, not at all. In fact, Allison...
Indian doctors, Robin. That's slang.
Allison even said the nurses... When have you ever been to an emergency room and every nurse wasn't 300 pounds? The nurses in there were the best-looking nurses I've ever seen.
They were all from Scores.
And then Allison said that the night crew was even better looking.
Wow.
Actually, the whole hospital was running great, and it was smooth and nice.
Yeah, they were nice to Fred, and the thing was that they lucked out and got this great plastic surgeon.
He just happened to be there checking records.
So he came in and did it?
Well, Allison said, I want a plastic surgeon. They said, we'll see who's around. 5 minutes later, he came walking in. He didn't even work at the hospital. He was just in there getting something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the doctor must have known who Fred was, because when he came back and told me the results of the x-rays, he was very funny. He came up to me and he said, his brain is okay. There's nothing wrong at all. And so are both his hearts.
Well, listen to this. I just got a fax. Howard, Fred puked on the nurse that took care of him at New York Hospital. That nurse was my girlfriend. Fred, that dickhead. And the guy leaves his phone number, too.
Sorry. Well, she said she just got married.
Yeah. So then maybe it's not the same one.
Maybe Fred puked on a lot of
This one says, hey, Fred, alcohol brings out your true personality. Maybe you should ditch and make the switch.
I love it.
Or maybe I'll just stop drinking.
What'd you say?
Does Fred remember anything at the hospital?
No.
Zip.
And this one says, I knew Fred did Mr. Blackwell a little too good.
I'm hanging up, Howard.
What?
I'm going to hang up.
Okay, goodbye, Dominic.
Gotta go do Geraldo?
Yeah. Dominic Barber, the noted attorney, bloated attorney.
I wanted Dominic's son's phone number, though.
You like
thought
him?
he was cute, too, huh?
He's delicious.
Were you thinking of him when you had your arms around Fred?
You know, you're a slut, Rick. I'm sorry.
Are you attracted, Rich, seriously, are you attracted to Fred, though, after your whole little encounter?
Yeah, well,
there was
let me
a warmth
just say,
there, wasn't it?
There really was, though. I mean, when I was hugging him and stuff, he's like, all, like, you know, he has broad shoulders. And
He's got a good build. There's no question.
I told you you'd like me. First time he saw me, he didn't like me too much.
All right. Well, he got to know you,
well,
man.
Fred, you really worked your magic on him.
Because it was real weird, because like Gay Rich couldn't hook up with him because it was all guys with girls and everything, and he was dancing in the thong and stuff. But then when he hooked up with Fred, it just seemed natural. It seemed right.
Is Fred the D word?
What's
delicious?
that?
Delicious. He loves to use that word.
Is he delicious?
Oh, totally delicious.
Yes, absolutely.
Put him on a stick and lick him like a lollipop now.
And Gay Rich, man, you know, Fred wasn't at his best. He was covered in vomit.
Yeah. So
You know?
Some guys, their charm just radiates through everything.
Yeah, you know, your wife can claim she loves you all you want. I bet you she wouldn't have hugged you with full of vomit.
I have to think about that.
No, that's right. I know mine wouldn't. This one says, hey, Fred Norris, machine gun puker. Hey, Howard, how much for the Norris bachelor party video? I'll take $5. Oh, I only wish we had videotaped that.
But I'll give him the shirt.
Some footage.
Howard, I hope you got pictures of Fred hugging the homo. You could blackmail him for the rest of his life.
Fred wants to fight that guy. Don't you insult his girl.
Come on. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Gay Rich stuck by you, man.
All your other friends abandoned you.
That's right. Nobody else wanted to sit in your puke.
Howard wasn't hugging you.
Yeah.
Nurses. He was there by my side.
So anyway,
Howard was cleaning himself.
You're not kidding. Well, anyway, that was the whole story.
Wow.
That was the whole story of Fred's wild weekend.
Well, I just don't know what to make of Fred drinking that much.
Yeah, well.
I have to say about Neil, though, I mean, I think he was jealous because all the girls were I was sitting on all the girls' laps.
Yeah.
And at one point he was like, oh, this is a switch. And all this stuff, you know, to one of the girls. And
Neil was consumed with Gay Rich.
Yeah. He
well,
really
I would imagine that Neil would be.
And Neil was like begging Gay Rich to take off all his clothes and be in a thong and dance.
If you had poured a few more drinks into Neil could have been Fred.
Neil was more interested in Gay Rich more than Fred.
I know, it was weird. And then, like, when Gay Rich finally got in the G-string and was dancing around on the tables,
oh, God.
Neil comes up to me and starts slapping me 5. I go, what is it? He goes, look, man, I got him to do it. I got him to do it. I go, so what? It's a guy dancing around in a thong.
Yeah, but he didn't tell you about stuff in the 20s in the thong.
He did give me $20.
See?
He did. When I went down, initially I went into my boxer shorts and stuff like that, and then he gave me $20.
Yeah, and then you got in a thong.
He liked what he saw, so he wanted it in the thong. And there I was in the thong.
Well, it was a very revealing bachelor party. Very
interesting. It was a good move inviting Gay Rich.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was odd at first.
Gay Rich was the catalyst.
It was a good move.
I would like to make one comment about the stripper mentality.
Yes.
You know, the guy gave me all the funny money, gave me like $1,000 and like another $500. I was distributing it, so I would go and give it to Howard, and I was giving it. All the guys would go, Gary, give me another 20, just passing it around.
Mm-hmm.
Once the girls figured out I had the money, it was like I would go by, and they were all pawing at me, going, Gary, come on over. You haven't danced with me yet. You haven't danced with me. And then finally, I turned around and I go, I'm out of money. And they were like, then get out of here. Go And Gandy said he walked by, and one of the girls was on the phone to, I don't know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend saying, yeah, this really blows. These guys have no money. They're not tipping at all.
You know what? I was afraid of that because, you know, here we were getting a free bachelor party. Scores was being so good to us and everything. I said, I bet you the guys aren't going to tip anything.
I told you that before you left.
But I was tipping. I mean, I was giving like $40 for a lap dance.
But there were 25 girls and like 10 guys, and it
exactly.
It was.
You're still supposed to have money, right?
No, they're used to
getting money.
Ralph's right. They're used to getting. I mean, you can only get so much money out of 14 guys if you're 25 girls.
Yeah.
They're used to having 100 guys.
High rollers.
At one point, they were coming over in threes and like.
Yeah, right.
It's like, geez, just mellow out. Let me enjoy them one at a time.
Here's what they were doing. They're so bad. They would go.
You know what it's like when you ever go to the park to feed the pigeons?
That's right. You got one crust of bread.
Yeah, right. And you got one crust of bread, and they're all hopping on top of you to get it.
They would go and dance for somebody.
Yeah.
And it's $20 per song.
Right.
One song is, and then they would say to the guy, would you like me to dance some more? So the guy would be like, yeah, they think it's like, keep going because you dig me.
Yeah, I know.
Then when they're done, they might have danced for 3 songs, and they say, okay, now you owe me another 40.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, Gary, we need another 40 over here.
Yeah. I don't know, because, you might as well just go to a whorehouse and get laid for,
for all that money.
For that money. But,
when I
was smart. I requested Inagata Davida, which is a 30-minute song. So that's how I kept my tipping down. Yeah, I just got really long songs. Freebird and Inagata Davida. But anyway, it was a wild, wild party. What can I say?
We need a do-over.
Yeah, well, Fred says to me on the phone
No,
Sunday.
I don't think Fred can survive a second party.
Fred said to me,
no alcohol.
Fred said to me on Sunday, he calls me up and he says, you know, I feel really bad. I missed my party. Can we do another one? I said, well, I'll go for it, sure.
No do-overs.
Oh, what do you mean? What are you, the ruler?
If I was Allison, I wouldn't let Fred go.
Really?
He doesn't know how to act when he gets out, obviously.
And she doesn't sound like she's going to let him go.
You know what, Robin? That's not fair. I think Fred learned his lesson.
No, Fred has to prove himself.
Right, and the only way to prove himself is to do it again.
Yeah,
You start in little increments.
No. Okay, little party. You get 5 girls.
5 girls, 5 guys.
You can have a party at the house.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And I can go to Allison's bachelorette party, too, and, watch over.
Fred, you got to be careful. Unlike Dominic, you only have one chin, and if you hurt it, it's going to be a real mess. All right, very good. All right.
Can you imagine? Allison just married him.
I know.
And within a week, he's ruined.
There you go.
All right, listen, we spent 2 hours on Fred's bachelor party. We've done it justice. I say we take a break. I want to take some phone calls.
The talking about it lasted longer than the party.
I can't believe it just started to get good.
All the wood had cleared out.
Yeah. Listen to Ralph.
Well, like people who weren't into it, like Dan. Dan was watching.
Ralph, I didn't think that any of those guys seemed to affect your fun in the least.
Yeah. Yeah, well, your tongue is a strange place, my friend.
I know.
I was sitting on Ralph's lap, too.
Oh, were you? Yeah, Ralph digs you.
Ralph goes both ways.
Yeah, Ralph will do whatever's happening. Well, once Gay Rich was in the thong, he looked as good as the girl. It was pretty dark in that room.
And he didn't want money.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That's Ralph's kind of girl.
All right, let's take a break. We come back, we'll take some phone calls. Also, I have to, I want to comment on some of the OJ stuff.